So today we are going to talk about a new case study of using so far we have extracted the data from different source system, like we have extracted from file, we have extracted from SQL database. Okay, so external source system plus file source system. So in file we have used CSV, we have used binary, we have used Excel, correct? We can use JSON and we can use Parquet as well. But today what we are going to do is we are going to use any web services. So when I'm talking about web services, basically our data will be available from any website, any website. So in today's case, what I'm going to do, I will have my data, okay, uploaded in the GitHub account. So GitHub is basically a portal, you can say portal kind of thing, where I can create my repository, right? And in that repository, so you all be knowing about OneDrive, right? OneDrive you might be using in your companies. So in this OneDrive, or you can say Google Drive, there is a data available, and if you have to extract the data from those drives like GitHub repository or OneDrive or Google Drive or any which you can access easily through website. This is known as a repository website, right? So you can use a connector which is known as HTTPS connector. So far we have not explored this option of HTTPS, but we can do that, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to first check the data. Okay, so one of the drive I have used. Okay, just a second. So I have actually created a GitHub account which I'm going to show you. So this is the GitHub account where I have uploaded the data, and this data is having so much of data, like I'm having a calendar data, customer data, product categories, product subcategories, product return sales, sales for year 15, 16 and 17. We have territories, right? So actually, I'm trying to build one case study. Okay, in this case study, I'm going to use not only Azure Data Factory, but I'm going to use Azure Databricks as well. So that's the initial stage of the case study that we are starting from today. So basically, I'm having a GitHub account, and I just want to load the data in Azure Data Lake using this account. Okay, through Azure Data Factory. So if I check this is again a data. If you want to check product, simple. This is a product data, right? So this is the data. So this is data available in GitHub account. So I have my repository and the name of the repository is data, and inside data I'm having these many CSV files, right? So my first and foremost objective is to extract the data from GitHub, okay, into my ADLS Gen 2. This is my objective. And for this, what we have to do, we have to create a link services, as you know, right? For and link services of type HTTPS type. So far you have done the link services for ADLS Gen 2. You have done it for SQL DB. You have done it for, you know, other sources also, like for Excel, CSV in ADLS Gen 2 only, right? So now we are going to use connector known as HTTPS. Okay, so this is the link services we need to build. And how to build the link services, let me show you. Okay, so basically if you open the portal.azure.com, okay, I can go to the data factory on studio. Okay. And then we can go to manage. Actually, I have created one link services. Okay. But we can create one more time. So this is the link services. So basically how to, do that. Okay. I'm going to just create it once again. We will hit on new, then we will put that https. Okay, so http not s. So we will hit this this icon and click on continue. Now we have to, because obviously we have to make it enable, so we will make this enable. This is the one time activity that you have to do, because I'm logging in today only, so that's why it's asking for. Now it will ask for base URL. Okay, so basically we have to understand the concept of base URL and relative uh, URL, the two things. Okay, so let me first go to this website. So in this website, this in GitHub is a portal, just like you have Facebook, right? And you are creating an account in your Facebook. Why you are creating an account in your Facebook? Because you need to connect with the social media, you need to connect with your friends, right? So in this Facebook account, you are having your own profile. In a similar way, if you have to store your code, if you have to deploy your code, right, or everything, a GitHub is a portal just like a Facebook, which allows you to create the repository. And why this repository is useful? Because in this repository you can save your work, development work, code work, you can save your data, right? And you can use this GitHub portal to move your data from one system to another system, right? So people used to create a GitHub account, and it's not about people, but companies also used to, store their, development and important codes over there. In the same way, what I did, I created a GitHub account. It's a free, you can also create it for yourself. And then I created a you can say repository. So one repository name, so you can see the repository here. So I have two repositories. I can create any number of repositories, that's not a problem. So I have created a data repositories, and in this data repository I have uploaded these files, these CSV file. And if you click on my repository, you would also be able to see that it's a public repository, because you can make it private and public. So I made these repositories as a public, so that you can easily get the access of my data as well, right? So basically imagine if I have to load this product table, right? How to load this product table, right? So basically you can click on this product table. This is the table, it is open, and here you can see this is a raw, because I cannot load the data directly from this link, because this link contain other options also. We have this option, that option, the other screen will also come. So I will, if I hit on the raw icon, it will open one separate website, right, which is having all data related to product only. So this is our actual a link. So in this link there are two parts. Okay, please try to understand. Starting from here till .com is the base URL. This is known as base URL, and this base URL is separated with front forward slash. Okay, so this forward slash, okay, after forward slash, starting from here till end, is a relative URL. Okay, so there are two URLs now. This till the .com, it is base URL, and this is relative URL. Okay, so when you're creating a link services, and if you have to connect your link services only for this account, what you have to do, you have to put the base URL. So you can say let me copy the base URL. This is my base URL, so I will copy till .com. Okay, and I will paste in this location. This is the base URL. Okay, and what I will do, mm, I will just keep my authentication as anonymous. Okay, because it will not ask for any username and password. Okay, that's all, and I can hit on this test connection and it will be successful. Okay, because this is a GitHub account which is of free services, right? So it is successful, and I can hit on create, and let me just rename this. Okay, let the same name comes, no problem for me. Okay, I will hit on create. So this is created. This you can see this icon, and because this is not yet active, published, that's the reason it is coming with a gray color dot, but that's okay. So now what we can do, just a second, guys. Okay, yep. So this is done, right? This link, creating link services is done. Now what we can do, we can quickly go and create one pipeline. Okay, simple pipeline, because I need to uh, you know load this data, this product data into our ADLS Gen 2, okay, folder. So what I will do, I will just hit on new pipeline, as you already know, and I will just put pl underscore test http, something like that. Okay, http connection, and I will just hide my properties. I will just put the copy activity. I will drag my copy activity, and as you know, I am going to extract from the source. So this time, what is the source? Source is basically my this website is my source, right? Because I'm trying to extract the data from a website. Okay, so this is my source. So basically I will hit to create a data set for source. Now because this website is a source, so again I will put the connector http. Okay, and I will hit on continue. And in which format the data is stored in this website? This is stored in CSV format, right? This is CSV. So that's the reason I will select CSV and hit on continue. Then I'm going to just create a data set with some logical name, and this is the data set for, you can say, git, because this is connecting with the GitHub, and this is prod, okay, and this is raw file, something like that. Okay, I will choose the link services. So there are two link services associated, because I have created two link services, but I am going to use the latest one. This is HTTP server 1. Now you can see the concept of relative URL. So as I mentioned that in this link there are two URLs, two parts of the URLs. URL is one, but there are two parts. The first one till .com is a base URL, and after this forward slash till end it is a relative URL, because I need to select only this file. I need to load this file, right? So base URL is a deciding factor to select the file. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this base URL. Okay, and if you want to and I can hit here, but instead of doing that, just click on advanced and open this data set. Okay, because we should have to put the base URL here also. This is the base URL, you can see easily, and after this base URL you can see the forward slash is automatically coming, right? And you just have to put the relative URL, so you will paste it, the relative URL. Okay, and if you hit on this I button, right, this exclamation sign, you would be able to read this whatever I have explained you. So it says that a relative URL to the resource that contains the data when this property, so whatever it is mentioned, you just read this line: the HTTP connector copies data from combined URL. So first part is the base URL and separated with this forward slash, and another one is the relative URL. So we are good, right? We have done it correctly. Now, so this is done. So if you want to just check this out, you can hit on preview data and you would be able to see, and the data will be shown from directly from this. So you can see the first record 214, the same records you might see 214, 15, 18, 19, right? So this connection is working absolutely fine. Now what you have to do is you have to just click on the sync icon, and again the same thing. What you are going to do, you are going to just store this data, move the data, do a copy activity from this GitHub account to your ADLS Gen 2 containers, right? So you can hit on continue, and because you are storing the data in CSV file, so you would be putting the CSV option and click on continue. And then what you can do, you can just give a logical name, and this logical name is basically you can see product, something like that. Okay, and you can hit your ADLS Gen 2 container, and you can choose the you know folder. So let's do it in output folder. Okay, and let's give a name like product.csv, because you are doing it for product, right? And you can hit on none, no problem, because this is your, and first row is header obviously. So click on OK. So this is done, right? This is just, you can just make this thing copy data from GitHub, something like that. Okay, this is your source sync, and rest of the things looks okay. So this is done. So I can hit on debug. Okay, and at the moment I hit on debug, right, it will give me, okay, we can wait for this to be completed. Okay, so this is completed. So at the moment it is completed. What you can see, you can go to your output container. Once again, go to your containers here, and you can see data would be uploaded. Okay, here is the container. You can see there is an output container, and you can see product.csv. This is loaded successfully, right? And if you see, you can see the data which was there was loaded successfully. Okay, now now here is the catch. Okay, so this using this option of HTTP connector, we can load from any GitHub or any OneDrive or anywhere which is available, okay, on the portal. Okay, so I believe this is clear. Thank you.